Hello, friends. This is Parag here, your host on Stay Strong podcast. Thank you very much for joining today's show. We have Lisa from Australia today, and very exciting to speak with her and understand more about her fitness, her nutrition, and her training program. Over to you, Lisa. Please introduce yourself, your fitness and professional background.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I live in Australia. I'm 51 and I've been competing with kettlebells for about 5 years now.
Okay.
I currently do like 2 to 3 days a week of gym work at Lone Dog gym, which consists of like, some cardio and strength training. And then I do about 3 sessions of kettlebell training a week. So I'm pretty much there, 6 days a week, I suppose. So yeah, it keeps me busy.
Okay.
I also work in administration for a digital solutions company. So we're quite busy too. So between that and training,
Okay.
I'm pretty busy.
Okay. So that's locally there you work, or do you have to travel somewhere?
Oh, it's pretty local. Only takes me about 20 minutes to drive to work. So that's pretty good, pretty handy.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So, how did you get started, Lisa? I mean, who introduced you kettlebells or kettlebell sport to you?
When I started going to the gym, which is owned by Shannon Pigden and Cheryl Snyder, who also you probably know, who lift, they introduced me to Kettlebellsport because I mean that's what they were doing, and they had a Australian Nationals Gear Sport competition in Albury, our hometown. So they said, have a go, and so we had a go, and I hadn't really done much except for what we've done at the gym, and yeah, I was hooked after that. So yeah, it was good fun.
Okay,
It was
so that
very
was
nerve-wracking.
okay. Okay, so what was that? Which year?
What was that? Sorry.
Which year did you get started?
2018, I think it was. Yeah.
Okay. So, did you had any prior fitness background before getting into kettlebell sport, or it was your start to the fitness journey?
Well, I actually started going to the gym there 7 years ago. So I've been going there for 2 years prior, but I hadn't really done any kettlebell sports. So I was quite unfit actually when I started there. And so when I started doing kettlebells, I had a little bit of, uh, athleticism behind me, but nothing to prepare me for kettlebell sport. So yeah, it's different and hard, but very rewarding. So
Okay, so prior to getting into, like you mentioned that 7 years you started going to gym, but before that you were doing some walking, running, or any kind of fitness activity like yoga, anything, or it was like you started
no,
at the age of 43, 44 for the first time.
yeah,
Is that so?
yeah, yeah. Well, I
Okay,
used to be, involved in a lot of sport as a teenager, but
okay,
as you get older, you tend to get a bit more lazy, and I actually got a bit overweight, and which is why I want to go back to the gym, and yeah, so I hadn't done anything prior to that for a very long time. So yeah.
okay, interesting. Now, if you choose to do kettlebell sport, I'm sure it must be very well rewarding. But what is the experience you have got uh, after you age in past 4 to 5 years when you started lifting kettlebells? Do you have any kind of a negative experience that probably it is hurting your wrist, or maybe something else which you would like to share with the viewers, because many lifters who are starting little age, they might have similar challenges.
Um, Look, when you start, you get yourself a good coach. You start, from a very light weight,
Yes.
and you start your 1 minute sets, and then you only build up as you progress. So
Yes.
it is a slow and steady thing.
Process. Yes.
But of course, as you get to lift heavier bells, it does become quite challenging. I did last year, early last year, I hurt my shoulder. So it put me out for, a few months. So I had to actually go back and start again. I think I was up to 18 or, 20 kilos then. So I had to go back to, your 8 and 10 kilo and slowly build up again. And that was a bit frustrating, but if you stick to it, you can get back to where you were, pretty quickly. So
Okay, so that was like a major injury, or it was like a kind of a tear or something like that?
yeah, it was a little bit of a tear. It wasn't like major, but I couldn't lift, put it that way. Yeah, it was too sore. Like even driving hurt. So
okay.
yeah, yep.
Do
What
you
else?
Okay, so when you started lifting kettlebells, do you follow any kind of a nutrition program? Like, I would also like to know whether you have a equal amount of the protein, fat, and carbs, or do you take some kind of support of the supplements, or how it is exactly your nutrition plan? If you can throw a little highlight on that.
Look, I try to always eat, fairly healthy.
Okay.
I try not to eat, any processed foods, and but I did do a nutrition program that Lone Dog introduced last year that I went to, which helped give me the macros that I needed to reach my goals.
Yeah.
So I just worked on that and, continue with my training, and I went from under 58 category to under 53.
Okay.
And so that was a big difference, but I was actually much fitter and stronger. I think I put on about 3 to 4 kilo of muscle and lost all my residual fat, so I was quite healthy, which was my goal. So I watch what I eat. I eat lots of vegetables, different colors for different, vitamin requirements. I take omega-3 supplements only because I don't eat enough fish.
Okay.
Yeah. And vitamin D, because I'm low in vitamin D. But other than that, yeah, it's more about, your hydration, getting a good amount of sleep,
Yes.
recovery, listening to your body when you need it. So yeah, that's basically all I do, and try and do my training every week. So yeah.
Okay. So do you take protein shakes when it comes to supplement as an extra? Like you mentioned that you have taken omega-3. So are you a non-vegetarian where you eat eggs and chicken and fish pretty every day, 2 or 3 times a day?
Yeah.
How
No,
do you
I
take
eat.
your protein sources?
My protein's just by eating, meat products,
Okay.
some protein shakes, sometimes. Just going through foods that do contain protein, some Greek yogurts and some grains and nuts, seeds, all that sort of stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, just stuff like that.
Okay.
I don't
And
really take supplements for, don't take supplements for it.
okay. And how about the recovery? How do you take care of the recovery? Because mostly I have seen, because I have been training a lot of women who are about 45, 50, they at times find very challenging to recover because the next day they are very sore. Even on the second day, they are still very sore and not able to lift. So how do you manage that?
Yes, the soreness is fun, isn't it? I try and drink a lot of water, try to stay hydrated.
Okay.
Which helps, and I do a lot of foam rolling, which I think is
Okay.
very, very beneficial.
Okay.
Stretching prior to lifting, and generally, I might be sore, but I feel like it doesn't last as long. Like it doesn't last long. Like I recover quickly, and I got to make sure I get a good amount of sleep because your body recovers when you're sleeping. So
Okay.
trying
So
not to stay up late.
okay. So your sleeping pattern is typically 7 to 8 hours a day?
Yeah, it's about 8 to probably 8, 9 hours a night. Yeah.
Okay.
Minimum. Yeah.
That's pretty long.
Yeah. I need it.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay, so now you've been coaching for 5 years, right? I mean, you've been actually lifting kettlebells, not coaching kettlebells for 5 years. And
Yep.
have you had been a coach all the time, or earlier when you started lifting by yourself, or probably you are now by yourself? How it is the experience of you coaching with the coach and coaching by yourself, if you have done coaching by yourself?
Uh, I haven't really coached myself before. I actually had Cheryl, you know, because I go to their gym, like I've got them
Footbridge.
there,
Okay.
and you know, she doesn't. We only have like one-on-one sessions, probably once a month. So it's really just up to me to follow the program and show up and do the work. And you know, if I
Okay.
don't go there and do the work, then I don't
Okay.
progress. Basically, yeah.
Okay.
I think I need guidance. I think to do it yourself would be, you'd have to be pretty disciplined. But I think because we've got such a good community of lifters where I am, we all sort of support each other. So it's good fun.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So typically, does your coach gives the combination of the kettlebell and the strength training on the same day, or do you do kettlebell strength training on simultaneous days? How exactly is your training program?
No, I tend to do my gym work on the off day. So I might do that, you know, go to the gym, do a session there on a Monday, and then do my training, kettlebell training Tuesday, gym work Wednesday. Like I alternate the days because
Okay.
I will get too sore if I try and do both,
Okay.
being older, but and I don't want to get an injury. So I don't push myself to the limit. Like I listen to my body, and as long as I show up and you know, do it every day,
Okay.
uh you know, that works for me.
So typically, how many hours do you train? Like an hour or maybe a little longer every day?
My gym sessions are an hour, but my training is, you know, it might be, it probably be an hour with you know, warming up and warming down, but yeah, probably no more than that. That's probably
Okay.
enough.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So you typically train for an hour. So you're practically training 6 times a week,
Yeah.
maybe a day
Yep.
a rest or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
So when I come to the strength training part, maybe digging a little deeper into your strength training program, do you do deadlifts and squats? And is it really helping the kettlebell training? If you can just explain that.
We do a lot of that at Lone Dog. We do, like, one of my favorite things to do is deadlifts. Like I think I've done well, maybe 110 kilos, something like that. So
Okay.
I quite enjoy strength training, and it is a massive part. I think because kettlebell sport is you know, strength training in
Strength work.
itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you need to do, you know, work. You've got to do extra work if you want to get better. So all the strength training you can do as well as cardio, because you need that fitness as you get heavier. It all contributes to, you know, making you lift well.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So you're having a combination of deadlift and squat both together.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think the
Okay.
combination should works better for me.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Now, since you've started lifting kettlebells, you must be doing a lot of national competition in Australia. Simultaneously, you're playing a lot of world championships. So, how many world championships have you played since you started? Like since 5 years?
Oh, well, actually, this year was my first
Okay. Okay.
international. Yeah, yeah. So I
Okay.
actually went
Okay.
there with my daughter,
Acha.
who was one of the first junior lifters for Australia to qualify.
Okay.
So it was more about her actually. So when I actually, you know, I went pretty well over there. I was a bit surprised because I didn't know what to expect. But yeah, so I've only really done our lifts in Australia with Sport Australia. You know, doing some opens and some state comps and our nationals every year. And so I
Yes.
think for the last sort of maybe 2 years, I qualified for the Australian team, but I you know, with COVID and everything, I didn't really get that opportunity to go anywhere. So yeah, it was a bit exciting to go this year.
Okay. So this year
Yeah.
you're playing Australian nationals, like Is it happening now? I guess it is happening in a couple of months. Some competitions are opening, Oceania, or some competitions are happening in a couple of months, right?
Yes, so our nationals is in September 17th, so not far away in Hobart. So
Okay.
yeah, it's 4 weeks, I think, 4 weeks from today, which is a bit scary because we have to actually compete there if we want to, get on the Australian team or qualify for the Australian team. So yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah, good luck for you.
thanks.
So I would like to know your best national lifting records, like for yourself as a PR, personal record, if you have lifted 16
Yeah.
kilos, 20 kg, OLC or snatch, and also what is your favorite lift?
Um, my favorite lift is one arm long cycle.
Okay.
I just like the clean and jerk sort of rhythm.
Rhythm, yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
snatch has always been harder for me, but I'm working on that now, so I'm hoping to do that at nationals. But my best was 115 reps. Um,
OLC,
yeah, OLC, and
16 kilos.
that 16 kilos. Sorry, yeah, 16 kilos. So and that was in my under 58 category, and then I think I did 112 in under 53 as well, so I thought that was okay. As
Okay.
long as you're achieving your personal best, that's
Yes,
that's
yes.
rewarding.
How about snatch?
Snatch, I haven't done my 16 with snatch, so I have a few Australian records with snatch with the 8, 10 and 12 kilo, but I'm yet to compete with the 16. So hopefully we might see some results soon.
Okay, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, you'll
yeah,
do well. So
yeah.
the yes,
Oh, yeah, you go. I was just going to say at Worlds, I did manage to get 2 gold and 2 silver, so I was pretty happy with that. Doing
okay.
16 kilo one arm long cycle and a 30-minute one arm long cycle, so that was good fun.
Great, great. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah, you did really well for
thanks.
an Australian team. Overall, did very well in Portugal, apart from other teams. But I think Australian team could see really, shouting and cheering of the people and cheering of the athletes out there. It was really
Yeah,
fun. Yeah,
there
yes.
was. Yep.
So as you see, the sport is growing all over the world. If you even if you see in your country, even if I see in my India country, it is growing everywhere. What is your view? Because now you are 51. Most of the athletes or the people who are coming to this sport definitely based on the promotion what the federation does. Whoever enters into the sport, how do you see the future of the kettlebell sport?
I think it's increasingly becoming quite popular, especially overseas. In Australia, we're still working on it. It is much more popular than when I first started, but trying to, it'd be great to see it as an Olympic sport, but there's a lot of work that's got to go into that
Yes.
to make it happen. But I believe one day, it will happen. Um, our our Gear Voice Sport of Australia actually work really hard at promoting the sport. So I'm hoping, bigger and better things in the
Yes.
future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, so we are pretty much on the end. If you can
Yeah.
share a very strong message to the viewers, especially for the women who are about 45, maybe you can share your experience, whatever you have gone through, or maybe if you must have experience on other lifters who are older than your age and who are doing much better than you, what mindset they have, maybe if you can just share your verdict.
Um, well, I mean, there's a couple of lifters that are, around my age, and Cindy's, I think she's about to turn 50 as well.
Yes.
And introducing myself into sport again, later in life was a big challenge, but it's not impossible. So, it doesn't matter how old you are, I don't think. And especially in kettlebell sport, after seeing, the lifters in Portugal, you can still lift to, you know, a ripe old age, and you
Yeah.
know, and that's promising for me, because that means, you know, that I know that I can, if I put the work in, that I can keep going, you know, for another 10, 20 years if I wanted to, if I maintain, you know, the same level of fitness. I think, you know, just give it a try. You know, you just have to give it a try. Set yourself some goals, be prepared to, you know, things don't always go to plan, but you know, you just keep at it, and you know, you get there. Even the big wins and the little wins are all make you feel, you know, good about yourself. And it's a great community of lifters who all have a mutual respect for each other, because we know how hard we actually work. So yeah, it's fun and it's rewarding when you reach your goals. So I just say give it a go, and have fun doing it. I hope that
Absolutely.
helps.
Great.
Don't worry how old you are. Yeah, age is no barrier. So
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
Great. Great, Lisa. I mean, it was a great interaction, and I'm sure
Thanks.
your friends, your colleagues, and simultaneously, when I'll be sharing this everywhere, people will learn a lot of things, like they do learn from other podcasts. And I wish you good luck for your upcoming competition, and see you soon in the next competition whenever we meet up.
Yeah, thank you so much. Sorry, I was a bit nervous, but I'm really humbled that you asked me
No
to do
problem.
this interview.
No
So
problem. No
thank you very
problem.
much.
No problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, you take care.